Hey there guys, thanks for joining me again for part 2 of a Q&A, which is going to go on for another maybe 10 parts because I'm on page 16 out of 120, give or take a few. Anyway, let's just jump into the questions. John, why did you start your YouTube channel? Well, my first channel I made was the Flickpick channel, and really, I just wanted a place where I could talk and shoot the shit about movies. You know, I just wanted to sit there and say and pour my thoughts into a video camera. And you know what? People in my normal life wouldn't want to hear that bullshit. They're like, you're fucking weird. You need to go over there. You know, let's talk about NASCAR, Johnny. How's that? But I didn't want to do that. So I got on YouTube and then poured my emotions out to you guys. So thank you for listening. And then I made my John Flickster channel, and that's just where I'm fucking weird. I wear Batman masks and hump pillows. Okay, the next question is, let's get into the goods here. Dip our finger into the juice, as my uncle would say. Okay, what are your thoughts on Ben Kingsley and Guy Pearce being cast in the new Iron Man movie? Cool. I mean, I like Guy Pearce. He's kind of an interesting actor, even though he did that really shitty movie, what was it, Lockout or Lockdown? Ben Kingsley is always good. How many aliens have you come into contact with in the past month? You know what? I was going to make a joke about probing, but no aliens. What is your favorite breakfast cereal, and can you do an impression of Cocoa Puffs guy? Is a Cocoa Puffs guy the frog, or is that the vampire? I can't do it unless I know. My favorite breakfast cereal, I eat a lot of Frosted Flakes, and I like Captain Crunch. Has a piano ever fell on you? No. If you could be a Spider-Man villain, who would you be? I'd be Venom, just pure badass, and not the Topher Grace Venom that you got in Spider-Man 3, the little whiny asshole. I'd be badass Venom. Hey John, do you live in Texas? No, I live in Indiana, unfortunately. Hey John, would you rather have sex with Chewbacca or live as a slave of the Ewoks? I don't think the Ewoks could hold me as a slave. They're about 2 foot tall. I would just crush them to death with a stone and take their fur coats and sell them on the black market. But either way, I would still want to have sex with Chewbacca, and that you don't have to force me into that. If you found out Tom Hardy watched your videos, what message would you give him? Tom, I'm a heterosexual man, but if you're listening to this, I love you. Something like that. Can you reenact the Wolfman's Got Nards scene from the Monster Squad? No, but I can do the impression of a little girl. I'm a virgin. Just pretend like I'm 5 years old when I'm saying that. What would you think will happen in 2012? Are you religious? No, not religious. 2012, unfortunately, nothing's going to happen. I would love if a big fucking asteroid hit Earth, wiped out half of the civilization, the other half died in nuclear winter, but it's not going to happen. I've always wanted that kind of... I want the survival of the fittest kind of thing. How much action does a guy like you get living at home? As you can see, my bed's not made, and that's for a reason. It's because I just woke up. No, actually, I do have a lady friend, so, I don't know, a decent amount. Decent. Can you do a Scottish accent? I don't know, but you can't take a freedom, but you can take a land. I'm sorry. I just offended everyone that lives in Scotland, didn't I? How's it go? You can take a land, but you can't take a freedom. Once again, sorry. Forgive me. Alright, what film are you most excited for in 2012? I mean, The Dark Knight Rises. Who cares about anything else? The Dark Knight Rises, that is it. If Tiny Todd was gay, would you still be friends? I don't know. You know, I have questions about Tiny Todd, but I don't hold any grudges. Oh, let's go ask him. Come here. No, you're coming. Why don't you ask him yourself, huh? Oh, you don't want to talk today? Okay, Mr. Badass. No, okay. Alright, get your ass over. Alright, yeah, that just happened. Workout supplements, what do you take? I take, Jesus, we're going to turn this into a fitness channel here for about 1 minute. Before I go to work out, I take creatine. I drink half a bottle of creatine, and I drink it as I work out. And what that does is just gives you more of a boost. It's kind of like a placebo effect, but it gives you more of a boost, more energy. Also, after I'm done working out, I take protein. I take a protein drink. And then I eat a lot of tuna sandwiches. I just started doing that. Tuna sandwiches on wheat bread, a lot of protein, and drink chocolate milk as much as you can. Chocolate milk is great for you if you're working out. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but it really is. What would you do if Stan Lee never existed? I guess we would never see X-Men. I mean, Marvel wouldn't basically exist, so we wouldn't have a lot of great characters. Do you watch any new cartoons? If not, have you ever watched any episode of MLPFIM? What the fuck do those stand for? I'm sorry, I can't function right now. MLP. Why did you abbreviate it? Why couldn't you just say it, man? Damn it. I used to watch the Batman series. I used to watch cartoons like that, but I haven't watched cartoons in a long time. I used to like South Park and the Oblongs. I watch that kind of stuff every once in a while. If you could do any of your subs, who would it be and why? It'd be you, Blu-ray Max 23. That's who I'd do. You're trapped on a desert island. You can bring one item and one person. What and who? I feel like I answered these questions already. Did I? Am I backtracking? It doesn't matter. Amber Heard, and I'd bring a blow-up mattress. If you were trained as a ninja assassin and you were contacted by the Canadian government to kill the penguins in the North Pole, what would the title of the movie be? It would be called A Cold Day in Hell, and it would star Arnold. No, who would I want that to star? Tom Cruise. Why would anyone want to visit? Okay, skip that. So, John, if you went to Vegas and lost everything, your wife would marry a 10-year-old. Yeah, my wife would marry a 10-year-old, yes. I think I meant to say a guy 10 years younger than me. Is that a quote I said at one point? Yeah, my wife marrying a 10-year-old. That would, might be some complications there. Have you ever come home to Tiny Todd naked in the bed waiting for you? A few times. Just a few times, but I took care of it. With a violent manner. Okay, who would you want to see in the Avengers 2? Ant-Man has been rumored. Are you interested in that, or do you think he would just be a dumb character to have? I could give a shit less about Ant-Man. I mean, honestly, it's Ant-Man, man. It's fucking Ant-Man. I don't care. I truly don't. Do you guys care? But I'm trying to think who I would like to see in the upcoming Avengers movie. I can't really... I mean, there's so many properties that are all over the place, like Spider-Man, just can't be in it. Yeah, not Ant-Man, though. I could care less. If you were to visit West Yorkshire in the UK, would you try a mucky fat sandwich? Sure. I just want fish and chips if I come there. Where do you work and what do you do? I already answered that. If you were Batman, would you have a bat credit card and bat nipples? I would have the bat nipples. Yes, that would exist. But I wouldn't fight justice with them. If you remember, what was your very first Blu-ray you ever owned? Avatar. I bought Avatar. I got my Blu-ray player around April 2010. So yeah. If you remember, okay, I'm sorry. What is the weirdest dream you ever had? There's quite a few of them. I remember one where I'm running across a lake and there's like a dock. And I'm running and Jason Voorhees pops out of the water, like the little retarded Jason Voorhees. He's got like bumps all over his head. And I don't know why, but I jump in the water and I just start punching him. And then I woke up. I also had a dream where I was raped before, but I don't want to talk about that one. Who would win in a fight, Laurie Strode or Sidney Prescott? I think Sidney. Mad Men, yay or nay? I like parts of it, but I just never got into it. Can you do your best Morgan Freeman impression while wearing your drive jacket? The drive jacket's in the other room, so I don't feel like getting it. I'm sorry, but Andy Dufresne never touched another mop that day. Sorry, I know, it's a bad impression. Did Marty McFly to his mom? I'm sorry. He should have. I stand by that. She was hot. Do you think Robert Zemeckis is an underrated director? Of course. Lately he hasn't really made any classics. But I love his movies like Castaway, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump. Avengers or Dark Knight Rises? Which do you think will do better? I think Avengers is going to do better, but The Dark Knight Rises will be a better movie. Okay, how many inches? Just want to compare, and I'm damn curious as an Asian. My TV is 50 inches, and I know that's not what you're talking about, but I'm a very average guy, okay? Inception, ending, dream or reality? Dream. There's so many weird things happen in that movie. How could that be reality? There's just so much damn weird shit. I used to have facts to back up my theory, but I can't remember them. As I asked a few videos back, what are some of your favorite cult classic films? I don't even know where to begin with that. Dazed and Confused is one of them. Why do you have to do that to me? I can't think right now. Cult classics. Yeah, I'm sorry. My mind just went blank. But Dazed and Confused is like a really favorite cult classic of mine. There's probably 100 more. Okay, what would be your dream job? If I could do YouTube videos all day long, I'd be happy with that. What is your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? T2. Emma Stone or Natalie Portman? Natalie Portman. I'll put her in a big pickle jar down in the basement. What would you do whilst on the toilet? Apart from what you are meant to be doing. And have you ever had a psychiatric evaluation? Thanks, man. I read a lot on the toilet, and I also look at real estate magazines. I know, it's weird. What do you like more? NES or SNES? I like Super Nintendo. What are your top 10 horror movies? And do you like the movie The Hustler and Color of Money? I like The Hustler, Color of Money. I can't recall right now off the top of my head. Favorite 10 horror movies? Jesus, I'll come over here and name them. Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Shocker with Emilio Estevez, does that count? Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, the remake. Does Jaws count? That's a thriller, kind of horror movie. And I also like Shocker, the 1980s movie. Okay? But I'd say Nightmare on Elm Street's by far my favorite. What's your all-time record for most days wearing the same pair of underwear, men or women's? 2 days, and I'm not going to tell you if it was man or woman's. Have you ever seen The Avengers yet? Yeah, I did a review of it. But then again, it's not your fault because this is 3 weeks old. What age did you know that watching movies wasn't just something to pass the time for you? I'm going to say in about 2005 when I watched Batman Begins, that's when I knew I wanted to dive deeper into the movies. You know what I mean? I always liked movies, and they were always more than just passing time. I mean, something about a good movie always was like my favorite thing to do, is just go sit down and watch a movie. But around 2005 is when I really got into it. Who is your daddy and what does he do? My stepfather is a machinist. Favorite Adam Sandler movie? Billy Madison. He called the shit poop. What do you think about older Peter Jackson movies like Dead Alive and Heavenly Creatures? I like Frighteners with Michael J. Fox, and Heavenly Creatures. I've only seen little bits of it, but Jesus, that's a pretty dark movie. Little lesbians. What is the most attractive actress in existence? I like the modern day women, but Raquel Welch was very beautiful. But like Natalie Portman, that is just a face you want to wake up to every day. The average video game player. Okay, John. The average video game player in the U.S. is 35, whereas the average cinema user is 15 to 18. What do you think about this? I did not know that. That seems off to me. That doesn't seem right, because I don't know how the average video game player could be 35. It just seems like the majority would be like 16-year-old kids playing Call of Duty, because there's like 7 million of them just in the U.S. So I don't know. That's interesting. I think the Avengers was better than The Dark Knight. Do you agree? Absolutely not. Not at all. The Avengers was very good. It was a good comic book movie, but The Dark Knight was more than a comic book movie, you know? How many movies do you have? Roughly 600 or so. I get rid of a lot of movies. Like, just the other day I took like 10 movies in to trade in. So, what's your favorite kind of food? I like ribs, I like chicken, I like rice. Hey, where's your Brotherhood of Justice video? That video I made, I took down because it had footage in it that YouTube didn't like. I didn't get a copyright strike or anything like that. They just wouldn't, they basically said, hey, we don't know what this is. And I said, screw it, and I took it down. Which political party do you support? Not a damn one. They're all liars and thieves. Political parties is the reason America's going down the shitter, okay? Can I suggest you watch a British film called Harry Brown? Yeah, I know all about Harry Brown. It's kind of like the British version of Gran Torino, in kind of like a way, right? Are you a nihilist? They're fucking nihilists, Donnie. Where are Tiny Todd's parents? They died in a car accident in 1982. Which movie makes you cry the most, and how often do you watch it? A movie that actually makes me pour tears, that's hard, but like the ending of Stand By Me always gets me. It always is, that ending is just like, Jesus, I'm scared to get old kind of thing. But that's one that always gets me. Do you own any HD DVD films? I never got into HD DVDs. I started collecting DVDs, movies, right after HD DVD kind of faded out a year or so after that, and then I just jumped into Blu-rays. Thank Jesus I didn't buy HD DVDs. How many Snickers can you eat at the same sitting? I don't know, maybe 3 if I was hungry, I suppose. Which is the best TV cable channel? HBO, FX, Showtime, AMC. I gotta itch my nose, sorry. HBO's got some of the best shows. Also, A&E has some very good shows. FX is good. Showtime was always good back in the day because it had softcore porn on it. I remember always having friends come over just to watch that back when I was about 12 years old. Have you ever taken an upper decker? Yeah. Favorite British movie? Favorite British movie? I like Layer Cake. Do you live in a converted garage? No, I don't live in a converted garage, man. If you could spend 24 hours in a room with one actress, no holds barred, who would it be? Natalie Portman, maybe Amber Heard, either one I'll take. What is your workout routine? I do everything. Everything in the gym you see, I do. Usually, I don't do like a lot of cardio, but I'm one of those guys. I see all these big buff guys going to the gym, and they sit there and they do like one workout. They sit there for 20 minutes, and then they do another workout. They sit there. I hit everything right one after another. I take like 10 seconds. I hit it. I'm pouring down sweat. I basically do like a cardio / heavy weight workout. I do a lot of shrugs to get the traps. I don't want a neck anymore. I want these to go up to my ear. What is your favorite type of cheese? I like American cheese. If you had a girlfriend and could give her any superpower, what would it be? I do have a girlfriend, I guess you could say. I would give her the power of invisibility. But here's why. Just imagine nothing being there. Like, it feels good, but you can't see it. That would be awesome. Name 3 of your favorite bands. I love soundtrack music. I like Hans Zimmer. Consider Hans Zimmer a band, even though he's a composer. But Metallica. I like Bullet for My Valentine. I don't know why. Let's go with some classic routes, though. Like Styx. Oh, yeah. Which 3 upcoming movies in 2012 are you most excited about? Spider-Man, The Dark Knight Rises, and Prometheus. Have you seen Flight of the Navigator? Hell yeah, it's right over there. Hi, Davey. voiced by Paul Rubens. What camera do you use? My camera's actually over there. It's a Sony HDR RX something 1080p. Do you like independent films? Of course. Do you prefer Blu-rays or DVDs? Blu-rays. Where are you from? I'm from Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana. How's that? What's your favorite genre of film? Action. Can you... Let's see. Okay, where am I? Oh. Where can I get my own Tiny Todd? Tiny Todd isn't... You can't buy Tiny Todds, okay? They enter your life at the most inconvenient time. Or you can go to Walmart around Halloween time and buy them for $3. Name all the Star Wars films in your opinion, best to worst. We're not going to talk about the prequels, because they're all bad. But if you want to get technical, Episode 3 is the most watchable. But I like... The Empire Strikes Back is number 1, the best. I like Return of the Jedi better than A New Hope. I just think Return of the Jedi is more entertaining. Okay. What do you think of Nintendo? I grew up on Nintendo. I loved it. If your room was burning and you could only grab one movie, what would it be? I'd grab my Star Wars Blu-ray trilogy, or trilogy set, whatever, just because it was the most expensive. What is your favorite movie of all time? I said Forrest Gump in my top 20 video once. I said Forrest Gump was my favorite, but in reality, I'm gonna say Stand By Me means more to me. If you were a chick who's one guy you would sleep with, oh man, I don't know, Tom Hardy. If you could remake 5 bad movies and make them better, what would they be? And who would win in a fight, King Kong or Jason Voorhees? Fucking King Kong, man, come on. Jason Voorhees, he's just... King Kong would eat his bubbly, bumpy head, man. 5 bad movies. 5 bad movies. That's hard. Why would you do that? 5 bad movies. I'm looking over here like I can't even think of what a bad movie is in my collection right now. You know what I mean? If they're so bad, I like them. But I'd like to see a newer version of... I'd like to see a new Punisher movie. Like a good Punisher movie made good. They got it wrong both times. So make a good Punisher movie. The other 4 movies, I don't know. I can't think of 4 bad movies I'd like to see remade. You know, they were bad the first time. I don't want to see the concept again. Are you a fan of MMA? Of course, I like watching UFC and all that good stuff. Were you ever into sports? Yeah, I did cross country and wrestling in high school. What arguments did you and your peers have on the playground as a child? I always wanted to play freeze tag. None of the other assholes wanted to. I always wanted to play freeze tag, and no one else agreed. What is the meaning of life? To do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. If it makes you happy, do it. Can you do an impression of Joe Pesci? No, I really can't. I can't do it. What's your personal pet peeve in life, besides overpriced Blu-rays? I hate inconsiderate people. I also hate people who chew with their mouth open. I also hate people who talk at movies. I hate people who drive in the left lane, going the speed limit or under, because that's a passing lane. But if you live overseas, it's probably the right lane would be the passing lane. Also, I'm a germaphobe. What do you think about New Zealand? They shot the Lord of the Rings movies there. It looks beautiful. Have you seen any sick, twisted films? Cannibal Holocaust, Buried in the Sand, Fetus. I have seen parts of Cannibal Holocaust. Listen, if I want to go kill a turtle, I'm going to do it. I don't need to watch it on a movie. I'll go outside and just smash a frog against a tree. I'm just kidding. That's cruel. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to watch him fucking kill a turtle, man. Like, Fetus sounds interesting. Who's your favorite Avenger? I'd say the Hulk. If you were on Jersey Shore for one day, what would you do? I would do Snooki. Do you have a chick flick you love or you hate them? I don't mind chick flicks, to be honest with you. You know, women like them, and it makes them happy. So, I like Pretty Woman, though. Your take on John Wayne Gacy, please tell us. He was a rapist who dressed like a clown, and he liked boys. What type of music do you like the most? I love movie soundtracks, like Hans Zimmer, John Williams. What do you think of David Lynch movies? They're good. He's not my favorite director, but I think he's made a few good movies. What is your top? What is the top one on your movie bucket list? Love Amanda. I love you too, Amanda. By the way, I'm single. Well, send me your contact information with a headshot, and we can talk business. Where do you live, by the way? I don't go outside of a 100-mile radius. Oh, and are you over 18 years old? Okay. Favorite movie on my bucket list. Or movie on my bucket list. Movie on my bucket list. I got like a few movies in here I haven't watched. Why do you do that to me? Why do you people do that to me? You always give me that fucking shit. I gotta sit here and look at my collection for 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm gonna finish watching JFK because I don't think I've ever seen it, and I watched half of it last night, and I kind of really like it. I love conspiracy theories. Who's your favorite stand-up comedian? I definitely recommend Bill Burr and Louis C.K. I always like George Carlin the best. What is some of the best pacing you've seen in a movie, or at least pacing that stuck out? Scott Pilgrim, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Pulp Fiction, definitely. That's like an interesting pacing that most people that don't get movies would consider that slow, but definitely interesting pacing. Also, I will say pacing that's a little off was like the pacing in the movie, like The Dark Knight. The pacing was just a tad bit off towards the end. See, I can admit things like that. One of my favorite movies of all time, but it had a few pacing issues. But I think the pacing in like movies like Terminator T2, it felt like you really were sitting there for, I don't know. It's only a 2-hour something movie, but it feels like you got a 4-hour movie, and that's because it was paced so well. What do you think of Pokemon? Pikachu's gay. If your favorite male celebrity told you to get naked and hug them, would you? Of course, yes. Why wouldn't I? So I could be like, yeah, I hugged Tom Hanks. What do you guys think about that? That'd be weird, right? John, who's your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo. Raphael's the one in the red, right? The badass. I like him. How would you rank your favorite director's films? Example. Christopher Nolan would be The Dark Knight. Steven Spielberg would probably have to be Catch Me If You Can. James Cameron would be Terminator 2. Robert Zemeckis would be... What the fuck am I thinking? I'm sorry. Forrest Gump or Back to the Future. Most inappropriate movie you've ever seen. Most inappropriate movie I've ever seen. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Least favorite of the year so far. My least favorite movie of the year so far would have to be... Oh, man. Ghost Rider. Jesus, that was shit. What is your favorite episode of Twilight Zone? I like the Twilight Zone where the guy's wandering around, he's all by himself on the planet, and at the end of the episode, he's actually in a machine, and all these scientists are standing around him. Are you going to do any giveaways? When I hit 10,000, I'll give something away. What's your sequel or prequel would you like to come out? I would like to see Call Me Crazy. I'd like to see a sequel to Point Break. Just give me something along those lines. It doesn't have to be a direct tie-in to something. Give me it. I need it. Maybe Keanu Reeves is still a detective, or maybe he goes back, or he's reassigned to something, and there's some kind of badass bank robbery thing going on. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'd like to see that. What social group were you in high school? I didn't really have one. I mean, I hung out with everybody. I was just like the whatever guy. That's a lot of water. Why all the water? I actually cleaned my room today. If you guys watch the last Q&A, you see water bottles all over the place. It looks like a landfill, but I cleaned my room today, so there's no more water. I actually have some flavored water right here today. How many steelbooks do you own? Less than 5. What camera do you use? I already answered that. Can you do a walk-around tour of your house? I might be moving by the end of summer, early fall, so when I do that, I will show you everything. What's your favorite YouTube channel? Too many to pick from, but I remember a few channels that I really watched when I first started, or before I started YouTube. It was Cool Duder, Sean Phillips. You guys probably know who he is if you guys are into movies. And Kakalaki Movies, which I became good friends with, KJ from that channel. The couple guys who drive around looking for movies. Where did Tiny Todd come from? I don't know. He's never really told me the truth. Please watch this vid if you have a question. Okay, that was my own comment. Will Tiny Todd survive the zombie apocalypse? Yes. He doesn't have any flesh or a brain, so zombies don't care about him. He'll be okay. How much do you think you'll spend on Blu-rays and water monthly? I buy a new 20-something pack of water every week. It's only like $3. And Blu-rays, I don't spend that much on Blu-rays, man. People think I buy a lot of movies. I get them very cheap, or I find ways to get them for free. So, or I trade things for them. Where there's a way, there's a will. Okay, and let's see. This comment was flagged as spam. Can you do a quick brown fox jump over the lazy dog in Christopher Walken's voice in your next video? Can you say, quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog? No, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Your mother, she was just gorgeous. How was that? I know it was bad. Anyway, guys, this is going to conclude part 2 because my legs are giving out even though I'm sitting down. And stay tuned for part 3, which I'll put up in a few more days. Also, if you guys didn't check out part 1, stay tuned till the end of this video. There will be a big box showing part 1 with a big box to click watch. You'll see, there's buttons and shit, you click them. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and plenty of more questions to come. I'll see you guys in a few more days. Bye-bye.